Can you imagine having a career and running a business for 36 years, giving it your all day in and day out, only to wake up one day and realize you've been living a life you never planned and you don't want to do it anymore? Well, that's me, and this is my story. And today I'm going to give you 7 of the 13 reasons why I'm walking away and choosing something different. But before I start, let me say this. This is not about being ungrateful, and it's definitely not about bitterness. It's about freedom and clarity. And once you know your why, you can find your way. My name is Lisa, and this is me starting over unapologetically. I'm an educator. I own a small private school in Georgia. And for the past couple of years, I've had a running joke. Anytime something goes wrong or I have to put out a fire, I say reason number 218 why I'm not doing this anymore. Or reason number 354 why I'm shutting this bad boy down and doing something different. Now, it's a joke, but it's also the truth, my truth. So here are 7 real reasons why I know it's time to walk away. Reason number 1, I'm no longer happy. I can literally feel the joy that I once had for teaching fading away. The entire ecosystem of education has changed from 20, 30 years ago. Parents are not as engaged as they used to be, and the community is not nearly as supportive. Even in the private sector, teachers are expected to do it all. Me plus me times me equals everything. Now, what was once a labor of love has turned into a job. And for me, that's a clear indication that it's time for me to pack my little backpack, and get on the nearest bus and ride out. Reason number 2 may come as a shocker, but this was never my dream. Now, let's be clear. Staying is not the same as choosing. When I thought about what I wanted to be when I grew up, being an educator never crossed my mind. But my mother started a business, I stepped into it and never left. Again, not my dream. But this happens to a lot of people. The family business becomes the family's business, and everyone is expected to work to keep it alive. For some, it becomes a legacy, but for me, it became an obligation. Reason number 3, I don't feel supported. Running a business wearing multiple hats is extremely taxing. When my mother ran the school, I was there to support her. I don't have a Lisa to help me. I don't feel supported at all. And no matter how much I do, it never feels like enough. I've been carrying too much for far too long. And the weight of that is crushing me. Reason number 4, it's time. Plain and simple, it's time. I've dedicated 36 years of my life to education. Yet, when I say I want to close my business, pivot, and do something different, people are flabbergasted. For whatever reason, everyone expects me to teach forever, chained to my desk, grading papers until I take my last breath. No, absolutely not. At some point, I had to ask myself, how much more do I owe? Nothing. Reason number 5, the stress is taking its toll, mentally, physically, and emotionally. I have a stress-induced autoimmune disease, and as I get older, the stress of it all is wreaking havoc on my body. And when your body starts to react to your life, that's not something you ignore. You listen, you sit up, and you pay attention. Reason number 6, the business has changed. The private education industry has become very saturated. There is a little private school on every other corner in Atlanta. And after the pandemic, we went from thriving to surviving. I felt that shift. I felt it in every area of my business. And sometimes that is not a sign to push harder. It's a sign that it is time to pivot. And finally, number 7, I just want a different kind of life, a slower life, a life filled with peace and creativity, A life that doesn't involve 12-hour days, meetings, and a to-do list a mile long. I want a different kind of life. A life that feels more like me. In other words, I'm no longer willing to trade my peace for profit. Now, those were just 7 of my reasons why, because the truth is there's more. In part 2, I'll be sharing the deeper reasons, the ones that pushed me to finally choose myself. If any of this resonates with you, then you already understand why this matters. So make sure you join me in part 2 of 13 reasons why I know it's time to walk away.